Hi, this is Jackie from Gilded Lotus Designs. Today I'm doing a quick video on pouring resin into your mold. I have already mixed up my resin. I'm using a casting resin, the liquid diamonds. I find that I have a lot less bubbles when I use this particular brand of resin. If you use certain brands of art resin, it's a little bit thicker, and when you stir it, you get a lot of bubbles, so I definitely recommend using a casting resin. I have gone ahead and put some glitter into my resin. I'm using glitter from Just For You Online UK. I really like this one. It's got like an iridescent pink and green color. Let's see here. So I've gone ahead and mixed it up. It's ready to pour. And when I start pouring, I like to kind of hit an area where it will split off a little bit. Let me see here if I could show you. And when I start pouring, you just want a really, really small, thin stream. You don't want to just dump it all in there quickly because then that could cause bubbles. So I just pour it slowly, and then you let it kind of creep into the other spaces. And yeah, sometimes if you pour it in too quickly, you'll get bubbles at the tips of the crystals. Just go slowly. It's almost full. And sometimes it's a little bit easier if you pour a little bit extra in there, and then you can take a popsicle stick or a stir stick and just kind of spread it out a little bit so that when it dries, you have something to grab onto to pull your mold or pull your resin out of the mold. Okay, so there's the biggest cluster, and then you just work your way around. Almost full. Okay, that one is full, so we'll just spread the resin out a little bit around the outside. And let's pour into the last one. I'll take my stick and spread it out again. And as you can see, I have a green popsicle stick because I like to reuse my popsicle sticks as much as possible. Let's see. Spread this one out a little bit more again. And once you pull these out of the mold, if you don't want all the resin around the outside, you can just clip it off. I usually wait about 12 hours to pull these out because then they're not completely hard. They're still a little bit flexible, and it can be a little bit easier to pull them out at that time. But you can leave them in there for longer until they're completely hardened to pull them out. I don't recommend pulling them out any sooner than 12 hours because I have done that and they were kind of mushy and they bent, and it just didn't look good. I couldn't use it after that. So don't pull them out any sooner than 12 hours. And I still have a little bit of extra left over. So I'm going to grab another mold to pour my extra into. Let's see. I like to keep molds handy for my extra whenever I do any resin art. And I'll just pour the rest into here. And then if you do have any bubbles on the surface, I don't recommend using a torch because you can burn your mold onto your resin, so that when you go to take it out, you'll have pieces of your mold stuck into the resin. I do recommend using a lighter, like maybe a long lighter like this one. This one's kind of more like a torch, but I'm gonna be really careful with it.